So yeah, uh, today's class is about more into jQuery, where we can use jQuery in our web applications or websites or whatever it can be, right? So for that, there are three important methods in jQuery, which is trigger, on, and trigger on. There may be one thing. Okay, we did not see the remove, right? So did you guys attempt the assignment at least? An attempt. Yeah, right? Okay, good. Send soon. Okay, don't send, just upload there. Login. Did you guys check that? Login. When you just it says upload assignments or submit assignments, you click it, it takes you to Google Drive. You can upload there. So right now let's use the Google Drive, the more secured, and we can have a better space over there. Alright, so trigger, on, remove, and going forward we may see more methods. And also I want to show you guys two plugins today. One is a slider and one is a timer. Okay, so with this we'll end the jQuery, and there is one more concept in jQuery which is called Ajax, which we'll discuss in PHP. Alright, so these are the things which we're gonna discuss in today's class. So let's start with trigger first. What is trigger? So you guys know about the jQuery syntax, you guys know how to write the thing, right? So the name trigger, what is trigger? Trigger is the meaning of trigger. The actual meaning of trigger is something which causes an event, right? That's what trigger is in general. So here in jQuery also the same meaning. Trigger means, okay, when I do something, when I do some action, please trigger an event. That's what the jQuery trigger does. Okay, we'll see an example. And coming to the on part, this is a very important concept. Now yesterday we guys have seen this add input box, right? That example where you click on add, the input box will keep on adding, right? You guys might have been observed that. Now what happens here is add, okay, it's being adding, but when you say delete, now I'll explain you a concept here in jQuery or JavaScript, whatever it is, a simple concept. Now when the page loads, suppose I have written a text box here, okay, and I'll say add. A means add. When the page loads, it will load only this, because when I click on add, another text box is being added, right? This is not on page load, this is dynamically being added. You agree with that? We are not loading this upfront. Whenever I click on that, it's being added, right? So now this is not being identified by the browser. The browser only knows that when it is loaded, the browser will understand it. Now when you dynamically add something, okay, the browser will be in a shock that, okay, where did this has come from? Okay, adding, that's okay, because ultimately you submit it, it refreshes and submits. But when you delete, what happens? The browser don't know that this has been added. So when you try to delete, it will get confused. Okay, he says delete, but which one I have to delete? You try this experiment. Yeah, that's the reason I told you guys to delete it. I mean, the delete functionality, remove functionality. So even the event, sometimes what happens, the event, like click is an event, right? Click is an event, change is an event, blur, focus, all these events, okay, sometimes they are all pseudo means imaginary. When I say imaginary, they are not being loaded with the browser, okay, they don't get loaded with the browser, so I call them as imaginary because they are being loaded at a later time. When I say add, it gets loaded. So for that cases, on on is something which is used on dynamically generated things. On, and I say click. then whatever the function you want to write. Okay, on is that on means okay, these are dynamically changed. Don't worry about preloaded thing, worry about the current thing. Okay, on is something which tells okay, apply this dynamically. Okay, so sometimes what I suggest is don't use the events directly, don't say click function, always use on. Okay, on is more dynamical, on is more dynamic. So instead of using click, key press, key up, blur, focus, change, whatever it is, try to use on. Okay, now we have seen remove. Yesterday I told you what remove does. Remove is just remove whatever it is there. Okay, so let's go ahead and see a classic example of trigger, on and remove. Let's see if we can implement the whole in in a single program. And today I also wanted to discuss about CDN. I always confuse this part. I guess this is uh, computer distribution network, or I don't remember exactly. Okay, but CDN is nothing but remotely placed files. So you don't have those files in your system, but they are loaded from somewhere else. Okay, so we all see in today's class this content distribution network. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this time I'll remember this. It's content distribution network. So you don't have any code with you, code will be somewhere else. That is called CDN, plain and simple. Okay, so let's see here. So now anytime if you want to download some code, anytime if you want to download some code, always put that code in CDN. So I want jQuery, so I'll say jQuery CDN. Now you see here jQuery CDN. That means what it says, I want the minified version. Okay, I want the minified version. So I click on minified. So instead of downloading the file, what it says, go here, you will find jQuery code. Use this instead. Why do you want to download? Now what is the advantage here? If you download, it has to load from your server. Your server may not be having that bandwidth. We'll talk about server in PHP classes, but right now, okay, it's better to load from a CDN. Always remember this. Okay, so let's see now. Let's see a small example here if does CDN work or not. Remember, always use this only. Use CDN only. Okay, doc type HTML head body. So let me say this. Here jQuery CDN trigger.html. So this example will talk about trigger, and this example will also talk about CDN. Okay, we saved it. Now let's give a small title to this. jQuery CDN and trigger. So now in body, how do we include script? src equal to, previously we used to write path to file, right? Wherever you are saving the file, same thing, but here place that CDN. But the disadvantage of CDN is that you should have internet. If you don't have internet on your system, okay, you can't do CDN because it's somewhere else, right? It's on internet, HTTPS. If local, no issues because it's in your local, you download it and you will load whenever you want. Okay, always include the jQuery and script. Okay, so now let me you guys remember I've given you a small example, write a table of 10 by 10 matrix, right? Let's go ahead and see. This is my experiment too. Okay, don't assume that we may get the results in the first time only. Okay, let's see what we can do here. TR, you guys can see my screen, no problem, right? Yeah, no problem, right? Hello, you guys here? Yes or no? Okay, did that. Okay, screen, you guys can see the screen. Right, great. So TR, let me use a TD. Okay, let's use only 5 by 5 matrix. 3, 4, 5. So here I'll say border equal to, you can use what you call CSS to, border equal to 1, cell spacing equal to 0, cell padding equal to give some 5. Okay, so let's see if we have this or not. Okay, that's how the table is. So let's increase the size of the page. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. Alright, let's increase the width so that it looks good. Okay, let's increase the width of the table. Okay, this is our table. Now what I want to do is, after the table I'll write a link href. Okay, this is dummy, some dummy. Now here class equal to dummy. Okay, now what I want to do here is, okay, what I want to do here is, whenever I click on dummy, okay, I want to trigger a mouse over event on this. Okay, I want to trigger a mouse over event on this. Okay, so in between I'll give a class. Okay, no issues with that. Okay, let's not make it complicated. Let's see a small example here. Okay, dummy, class dummy. Whenever I click on dummy, I want to use a mouse over, I want to trigger a mouse over event. So let's first write the mouse over event. So here $document.ready, if you guys can remember, document.ready, inside which a function, inside I have to write. So I'll use td, $td dot mouse over now function. We can write on also. Okay, you can write on also. Mouse over, what I want to do, mouse over dollar this dot css background. I want to change the background. I want to change it to yellow. Let's see if this works or not. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. Now instead of direct writing, you see here there's a dummy link. If you can see, guys, there's a dummy link here at the very bottom. Okay, whenever I click on this, I want to trigger this instead of me hovering and doing all the stuff. Okay, let's see now. Dollar. Okay, we use one nice event here. It's called toggle. Okay, so let's see. Dollar class is dummy dot on. Okay, let's use on here. How to use on? On click. comma function. Okay, here I want to trigger I want to trigger $td dot trigger mouse over event. Whenever I click on that dummy, then only trigger the mouse over event. Now even if I hover, it comes here. Okay, but without even hovering, I click on this. Okay, it went so pretty much fast, right? So let's see, figure out if I can implement a delay. I don't know if I can implement it delay on the trigger, but we can implement delay using JavaScript, which I'll tomorrow's class is that only. Okay, so without even hovering, I could able to generate the mouse over event. Alright, or you guys can also do one more thing. You can use how many TDs are there? 25, right? You can use get elements by tag name. Okay, index. Okay, let's try that. Or I don't know if I can trigger that. Okay, forget about that. Okay, this is trigger. So where do we use this trigger? Okay, this is fine. We know what is trigger is, but where do we use is the biggest question. Now you guys see these days, like my page and then download. Okay, Facebook like and download, and let's say, and there are some gateways. Trigger is always used for gateways. Like when page is loading, okay, pop-up comes out. Okay, so trigger is used for that kind of situations where you want one action to happen, but you do another event. So when I click like, okay, then you trigger download. Whenever I click tweet, then you trigger my login, something like that. Okay, trigger. You have to intelligently use trigger so that wherever you have this opportunity. I'll tell my real-time example where I used trigger. So I have developed this live video chat application. Okay, I still have that. Okay, so in that, whenever the page loads, I have to click on connect to see the other person. So what I have done, on page load, okay, click that button. How can I do that? Trigger, click, trigger, click. Okay, something like that. Whenever you want to trigger something without your involvement, without user involvement. Let's say after 10 minutes, I want to close this, stop sharing your screen. How do I do? I'll set a timer 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes is over, I'll say trigger this particular button, dot click. So it closes automatically without my involvement. You got it? Yes? Any questions here? Trigger on, and what we have seen here, we have seen CDNs, right? So can you guys do the same? This is what I asked for the other day. Okay, but instead of hover, I asked about click. Okay, instead of hover, we can also give click. Okay, click would be better option, I suppose. Let's see what happens if I use click. Here, only when I click, this comes. Okay, that is click event, not hover event. Hover event is gone. I've removed the hover event. So that's okay, it's still the same. That's what I mean. See, nothing like real-time example. So it all depends upon the logic you're trying to use. Like say on change. Okay, I'll tell you on change. Keep 4 buttons over there. Let's say I want to share something on Facebook. Twitter G plus. Based upon my selection, it has to automatically trigger. Okay, or let's say, what kind of other examples we can. It all depends upon your event and the event which is preceding it. Like say, let's say you have an event. On performing this event, I want another event. Okay, event after event, and this event without my involvement. This event should happen without my involvement. So what should happen whenever I perform this event? It should trigger this event also. That's what trigger is. An example for this. So real-time applications. There can be so many real-time applications. Okay, so you try it out. I mean, you just think of your imagination. What you can really use a trigger, where you can use a trigger. Okay, as I said, you can use on change event. It's all about event after event after event. Okay, so based upon your requirement, I mean, whatever you are learning here, it's not necessary that you use everything. Why I'm saying here, tomorrow you may come across a situation where, okay, how do I trigger, how do I invoke an event after an event. So when I was working, I'll tell you why I came across trigger. The real problem with programming was, it's not about coding, it's about the terminology. You should know the terminology. What do I call this? Only when you know what do they call this, you can search for it. Am I right? In programming, this is the biggest hurdle. If you don't know the terminology, you cannot do that. Yeah, so it's better to know the terminology first. Okay, so let's see another example here, which is for slider. Okay, there are so many sliders out there. Okay, the example I'm gonna show is a jQuery based slider. Okay, you can use so many sliders. There are so many sliders out there. One is like old carousel. It's called old carousel. This is a very good slider. But today we're gonna use cycle slider plugin. Alright, so and yeah, let's first see the cycle slider plugin. What I want you guys to do is, like, you should experiment with this. I'll show one example. There are 15 ways we can do this slider plugin. It's very easy. Okay, and you can just do all the 14 outside this one which will be I'm showing right now. Okay, so let's see that example. So for slider, now what is slider? You all guys know, right? In websites there will be an image here. Okay, 3 dots here and arrows here. So image goes and another image comes, an image goes, another image comes. Even if you click here, image will navigate. So this is called slider. Okay, slider, some people call it as carousel. Okay, that's it. There are only two names, slider or carousel. So some people also say, slider is something which you slide. Like say you have a bar here. Okay, there will be something like this. You just slide it. Even that's called a slider too. Okay, but carousel is definitely a slider. This one is definitely called a carousel. Alright, let's see a small example here. Not small example, first let's see the plugin here. So alright, so let's see. So for slider we need images first. Let's download some images here first. Then we talk about the plugin. How do we include that? Now everything you do in jQuery, this is the mistake most of the freshers do. They will forget to include the jQuery code. Alright, so let's download. So here we go to our folder. As I said yesterday, okay, you're supposed to put images in an images folder. Images, I call it as 1. Now I call it as 2. I call this as 3. I call this as 4. You can include as many as images you can. Let's only do 4 here. So the plugin I'm talking about here is cycle plugin. Okay, it's right here. So what you're supposed to do for cycle plugin, first you're supposed to download. Alright, when you click on download, always remember click the full plugin. Okay, click the full plugin. So you see, even this is a CDN, right? It is not downloadable, it is somewhere else on the website. So what we do here, let me just copy this, paste here, save. I'll say jQuery slider.html. So let me remove all this. Okay, let me remove this table too. Let me rename this as jQuery slider. Now always remember okay, first jQuery script should come, then the next line, whatever the other plugins you are using, they have to come. Remember this. First the jQuery, and the next whatever the plugins you have, that code should come. Remember this part, it's a very important part. Alright, now how do I do this? Here always remember your images should go inside a div id equal to, I call this as slideshow. Now here image tag src equal to, where are our images? In images folder, 1.jpg is our first image. I'll give a width equal to, let's give 500, and let's give a height also, let's use a square 500, and that's it. So let me just copy, rename 2, 3 and 4. Okay, first a div, give an id to it, then all the images should go inside there, include your jQuery, include your cycle plugin. Now let's see what happens there. Now here all the images have come here, right? Now how do we do it? It's very simple. $document dot ready function right here. Dollar what is the id of images? The div slideshow dot cycle. That's it. Let's see. Let me just refresh. Right? Is it working? If you want full images, let's go here. Here instead of 500, I'll say 100%. How simple it is, slider using jQuery. Now let me refresh this. Okay, this is 100%. Alright, now let's see the options. This is just simple, it's fading away. Now what if I want to move this? Okay, what if I want to do other certain things? How can I do this? Okay, stuff like that. Now let's come here. So these are the possible animations on the slideshow. You can shuffle like this, you can zoom like this. This is fade, this is the default action. Okay, this is turn down, curtain, scroll right, on click scroll right, Okay, so there are so many things you can do with this. So what I suggest you guys is go to this website. Okay, go to this website and do all the possible things. Okay, so it has everything. How do you place click, how do you do, and the other carousel I was talking about, right, the whole carousel, it's a very wonderful carousel. I really like this is what I use in all my projects. So all carousel, so it's a free, it has a demo. Let's see a demo here. This is a demo. See, this is really cool. Right, and there is another cool in this cycle. This cycle guy has a different plugin. Check out cycle 2. This is fantastic. Nothing beats this. Let's see a demo here, which I like this particular demo here. And click on demos. Okay, here carousel. Okay, now just see, like, it just keeps on scrolling. This is fantastic. It's very much easy. Just you have to copy this and paste. Okay, any size. Controls, if you want to give controls like this, next, next, no, previous. If you want vertical carousel, let's say, you know, sometimes in some websites they show, and circular is like it will stop at the end. Okay, cycle 2 is another beautiful plugin I suggest. But why didn't I choose that? Because it's more like HTML5 version, like, data cycle. Okay, data cycle is a HTML5 attribute, so I did not pick up this. Instead I picked up the jQuery version. Okay, you guys good? Any questions here? Yes, any questions? So how complex is the slider version? Like, you guys can now implement, right, sliders? Which JavaScript file? No, it won't work. It won't work. You have to include those two JavaScript files. How to put an image in trigger? Like what? You tell me. In slider or? Yes, you should download. How do you download? This is a very good question. Okay. People think that, hey, he did not give a download option, right? I'll tell you how to download that. Okay. Come here. Where is this guy? Okay. Cycle. Okay. Download, right? Click on download. Full plugin. Just Control A, Control C, Control V. Control A, Control C, Control V, and then Control S. Then open a scripts folder. Scripts. Here I'll say cycle.js. Alright, everything has been downloaded now. Cycle.js. Close this. Go here. Instead of this guy, remove this. Scripts slash cycle.js. Okay, it still works. Let's see. It still works. Okay, now I want to do something here. Instead of fade, I'll say scroll left. Okay, here I'll give scroll left. let's see, let's refresh. Okay, this is the slider version. It goes to the left. Right, so Niranjan, how to put image in a trigger? I did not get that question. Okay, email me, I'll reply you that. How to put an image in trigger. Okay, and for Monali, yeah, if you don't include, it won't work. You have to include the JavaScript, both jQuery and cycle plugin, whatever the plugin it is. Whatever the plugin, you have to include that. Any questions? Any other questions? So will you guys do one thing as an assignment? Okay, there is one plugin, super plugin for timer, jQuery timer plugins. Okay, not this one, I guess this one, and this one, I guess. Okay, this one. You see, can you guys do this? It's a very beautiful timer plugin. Okay, I'll just click here. You guys can check it out. Right, it's a very nice plugin, and I mean, this one is a good one, but I personally like this one. Okay, days, hours, minutes, seconds, and minute seconds, guys, explore that. Okay, uh where is that actual code? So this is the actual code. Try it out, see it. Okay, so this is the file, just copy the code. Okay, this is the JS. Click on the JS, min.js. copy and paste in a code and include the file. So I'll say this as inside my scripts, I'll call it as countdown.js. Okay, so try it out. Okay, sit now and try it out.